All right. It's that time. It's time for Beyond Sight and Sound. Let's do this.
Are you looking for a high-quality beach and sand scoop? Are you trying to take your hunting to the extreme? How about an American-based company that stands behind their product and everything they sell? Then check out our friends over at XTREME Scoops. John has been making scoops for some time now and makes a quality beach and sand scoop to take your hunting to the next level. XTREME Scoops recently released their new sand shredder that works great in the water and on the beach. And if you're a new Equinox user, you may want to check out his Surfmaster X3 that can trap those small targets you new Equinox users are finding out there. XTREME Scoops' company approach is let's do it right. So do it right, buy it once, and go to the extreme. XTREMEScoops.com. That's XTREME scoops.com. Caution. Please do not operate motor vehicles or power equipment while under the influence of this show. Listening to this show could cause side effects such as bouts of laughter, violent binges of cabin fever, and even dreams of silver and gold. Please be advised. Now that the fine print is out of the way, on with the show.
All right, the fine print's out of the way, and it's time to roll with the show, or what we can maintain of it. I don't know. Looks like there's some nasty snow coming in across different parts of the states, across different parts of the country. Either way, I don't know. It looks nasty. We've had rain. I've heard Illinois has had frozen mix, sleet, snow. It's snowing out on the East Coast, Connecticut, Vermont, Maine area, Massachusetts as well. It's just a mess out there. Man. So hopefully, I'm not sure. We've had some, well, I guess you could say some communication issues since around Thanksgiving. It seems to be primarily with Verizon cell phones. I'm sure other cellular carriers as well, at least in my area. I don't know if it's messing with the Skype lines tonight or not. There was a little bit of an issue getting the lines up tonight. So we'll have to see what happens. So if somebody does try to call in, we will try to do what we can to get them on, whether we're reaching out to them or whether we're adding them or whatever is going on. Either way, I'm not sure how this is going to go. So we're just going to wing it. I see, looks like it's snowing in Indiana. That's not good. And hopefully Jesse, stays healthy. Or is not getting sick. I mean, that's the tough thing about it. I mean, this is the cold and flu season. You got those with compromised immune systems have to be careful. Definitely have to be careful. So the Bills are in, Nelson's in, Scotty's in, Jesse's in, Chuck Smalley is in, Mike is in. Nice, good to see, good to see. All right, so hopefully we've got everything working. So, links in the description. First and foremost, friends over at Shooters and Prospectors, Chuck Smalley, the man with the play and the dealer choice, a multi-line dealer dealing in XP, Note to Macro, MineLab, Garrett, Detector Pro, JW Fisher, Leshy Tools, Cedar River Digging Tools, Steve Zulik's book, TheRingFinders. I mean, lots of stuff. And I'm sure he's got, plenty of ideas for stocking stuffers for those that are looking for a little something small to throw in the stocking or under the tree, whether it's books, cleaning, pinpointers, pouches, who knows? Who knows? The Garrett's Keeper boxes, like we gave away Sunday on the show, they haven't been shipped out yet, but I believe it was Bob won the Garrett Keepers box. Nice, 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 nice. Very nice box. Let's see here. Deadline for the I&I hunt. Good question. I can't answer that. Maybe Chuck or Jesse can in the chat as far as a registration. Either way, like the finds box, that's a nice stocking stuffer or small gift to give that digger that you know. And it's kind of on the cheap too. They don't cost all that much. You could have a nice little stocking stuffer or gift under the tree there for, who knows, I would think with shipping, maybe around $20, maybe a little less. Who knows? It's hard to say. And it looks like for the upcoming I&I hunt, June 13th, sign up for the early bird will end 2 weeks before things get kicked off, I guess. So you're looking at, I don't know, end of May, maybe? Something like that. Somewhere around there. And we will have more information about the I&I hunt as it becomes available. Definitely. And if you want to keep a little closer eye on it, you can always go over and request to join the Illinois and Iowa Treasure Hunters group. Great group of folks over there. A lot of nice posts. A lot of nice finds. Our friends over at DETECTEES.com, Ken, Mark, Darth, Buddy, and the gang, doing a great job. The Beyond Sight and Sound hoodie is quite nice this time of year. And there again, if you're looking for a little something extra under the tree in the stocking, doesn't take up a lot of space, doesn't cost a whole lot, and I'm sure somebody would appreciate it. Our friends at Extreme Scoops, XP Team USA, Facebook group, website, and the Metal Detecting Podcast. Every other Friday, our friends at All Metal Militia, Detected Outdoors, and shout out to Metal Detecting NYC, shout out to Merrill. Ohio Metal Detecting, the Great Metal Detecting Christmas giveaway for kids ages 5 to 15. That's the second annual, and it is rolling along. Awesome. And then also the last link in the description is the link for the Big Box giveaway. The Big Box giveaway, well, we'll hold on to that for just a few minutes. We did drop the link in the description, though, and we do have the link in the live chat. So, moving on. Obviously, with it being December, we're probably rolling with promoting the Christmas giveaway, trying to enjoy that time of the year, plus around the 15th, we'll probably have a recap of some of the winners of the Great Metal Detecting Christmas giveaway, as well as giving our thanks to everyone who participated, whether they were a donator, whether they were participating, or whatever the case may be. Also, we see the bills in the chat, and we will be hearing from one of them here in a few more shows. And I'm sure it's not that hard to figure out which one, being, the life of an introvert. So I'll just leave that up to you all to figure out. Of course, I'm sure it's not going to be hard. Welcome to Paul. Let's see, next Sunday, we do have a guest lined up as well. But tonight, real quick, before we get into the big box giveaway information, obviously, hopefully everybody's worked off everything from Thanksgiving. I don't think Jesse has, though. It sounds like he's having turkey everything. Must have been a good-sized turkey, and they've got plenty of leftovers. I'm sure Bill is sitting in pretty much the same boat. From what I've seen from many other people's posts, though, everybody had a great time Thanksgiving Day, enjoyed the time with their friends and family, had some good food, and it's great to see. For some of the others, they hurried up and ate so that they could hit the Black Friday sales. I don't know. Some people are just kind of crazy that way, so to speak. But speaking of the Black Friday sales, now is a great time to mention, we've talked about it on the show before. We've mentioned it numerous times in the past. Sometimes a deal isn't necessarily as much of a deal as you think. And we've always tried to encourage people on the show. Well, call me biased. I've always tried to encourage people, if you're going to make that detector purchase, that big machine purchase or pinpoint or whatever, but especially that big machine purchase, I've always encouraged people that they should contact Chuck, because he is a great dealer. He is the one that we promote here on the show. And he's just a good guy to deal with. But with that being said, it's that time of the year. It's getting close to Christmas. Everybody's trying to cut a corner, save $1, stuff like that. You have to be aware of the counterfeits and knockoffs that are out there. Now is the great time of year if you've ever thought about straying away from a dealer. Going online, eBay, Amazon, insert your online big box retailer. Probably not the best idea. We see plenty of knockoffs and counterfeits coming through eBay, and some of them are fairly convincing. Some of them really are. Some of them are blatantly obvious that they're knockoffs when you can look on eBay and find, brand new sealed boxes of Detector Pro headphones for $20 a piece. And things of that nature. But some people say, oh yeah, do your research, find the machine that you want, and then get online and get that thing ordered, because you're going to save money. Maybe you will. Maybe you will. But are you going to save yourself headache, heartache, hassle, or nightmares? Now is the perfect time of the year that if you're going to purchase a machine or even accessory, deal with your local dealers. Deal with your trusted dealers. Even if they're online dealers, as long as they're reputable dealers. I mean, sure, Chuck is based out of Cordova, Illinois, but that doesn't matter. He can ship right to your door. I deal with Chuck, and I'm here in Ohio. And the reason why we keep telling people to deal with your reputable dealers, your local dealers, whatever, just stick with your dealers, is because anybody can sell a machine. Anybody. Go to Amazon, any of the other big box stores, online, anybody can sell a machine. The dealers are selling customer service. That service after the sale that you may think you don't need. But something may happen and you may find out that you need it. So you see some of these stories, people get a machine somewhere, I wonder what that is. I did not get a phone call earlier. Well then. You guys are having a blast in the chat. Definitely. Definitely. But when you'll see people that they're going to talk to a dealer. I've heard it from other dealers. I've seen the posts on Facebook, and then they're going to try to, shop around, get the best deal that they can or whatever. Whether that means going to another dealer, going to a big box retailer, whatever the case may be. And then they find out that they have an issue or something, and they try to go back to a dealer. Hey, help me out with this. All right. Where did you buy it from me? Oh, you didn't? Why, I guess, would be a better question. Why would you expect customer service from a dealer who you do not even purchase from? At that point, hey, I guess hopefully the forums are helpful for those who do try to cut out the dealers in a sense. Are you going to save some money? Maybe you've got a discount in line that you can purchase off of a website or something instead. Well, that doesn't necessarily work out. Is that discount going to be worth the headache that you may have after the sale? Looks like we've got... How about that? The lines do work. I think I've got Chuck on.
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
I do have Chuck on. How's it going, Chuck?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yeah, we're just talking in the chats a little bit here about that.
I see that.
There's been some major rip-offs that have occurred to people on eBay especially, and some of the Amazon stuff isn't what you want to be. You have to be careful. How's that? That's the best way to put it. And
you have to be very careful because some of these knockoffs get pretty convincing.
Oh, yeah, that orange pinpointer that looks identical to the Garrett.
Except for the price
cost
point.
like $39.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a guy tell me I can get that same one that you're selling for $129 or $139 for $39. I said, well, it's not the same one. It's made in China, and I hear they work great. And I said, well, do what you got to do. And this actually happened. The same guy got it, and about 2 weeks after that, he called me up and started ripping me on this Garrett. I said, whoa, wait a minute. Did you call Garrett, and where did you buy this? Well, I bought it offline. What did you pay? $39.95. I said, I'll tell you what, call Garrett. They'll ask you for a serial number.
That's right.
And if it is a Garrett product, they'll fix it. But I'm not a repair center. I'm not the warranty station, and you didn't buy it from me.
Right. That means that you have to do the footwork as a customer.
And I said, when you find out, please call me back. And he did. He said, Garrett doesn't have a serial number range like that. And I said, there you go.
Exactly.
And then he asked me, what do I do? I said, you're screwed. That's the best way I could put it. And this has happened on some high-end detectors. Garrett and MindLab really have had great problems with that on these Chinese rip-offs. The GTX
Coiltech
series
did too
really,
there for a while.
Yes, they did. Man, they can make them look like $1 million. They only have to make a couple minor changes on a box, and they can get away with it. And that's the problem that lays out there. And caveat emptor, folks, buyer beware.
Absolutely, because many times when you look at, good example, these orange-colored knockoffs that look like carrots on eBay, they're very careful to word their description. Nowhere in there do they make the inference, usually, that it's Garrett or that it's a carrot or anything like that. And they leave that kind of, as a buyer, shame on me. I should have looked into it closer, or I should have paid attention to the price, or something like that, because if it sounds too good to be true, chances are it probably is, and at that point, you have no recourse. You've just lost your money. If you would have went with a reputable dealer to begin with, you wouldn't have had the headache.
Right. Right. And then today, this one particular person continues to call me, ask a million questions about something new on the market, whatever comes out, like the Equinox series. He did that then, and today he's asking about the Simplex, and I'm filling him in on it, and I'm telling him how I like it, or what I like about everything, or what I don't like. And so I asked him, you want me to order you one? Oh, no. So I asked him, I said, did you ever buy an Equinox? Yeah, I did. I asked him where he got it. Oh, I got it on Amazon. I only buy Amazon and Walmart. So I'm typing back and forth with him. So I kind of told him at this point that, every time you've had a problem with something, you call me and you don't buy from me, and you want questions answered, and my time is given to you freely. But, if you're not going to buy from me and you're buying from Amazon, be careful. And if you're buying from Walmart, you can't buy. Walmart cheapens things up. Now, this is true. In the firearms world, they go to John Stevens Firearms and say, we will buy X amount of thousand from you, but you got to cheapen this up and this up so we can undersell everybody. And they don't advertise that they've done changes. Instead of walnut, they get birch stocks. All kinds of differences. But the serial numbers on the guns reflect that they're a Walmart gun or a Kmart gun. There was K-series guns, WM series guns, and you can look those up.
Exactly. All the big box retailers. Yeah. I mean, Target, Meijer, insert name.
Right. So, people come in and they'd have problems. They won't always tell you they've got a problem with something and want to trade the gun in, so I always run the serial number, take a look, do the cross-reference, find out it was a marked gun, and say, no, I will not take it. boy, it'd make them mad. I said, I won't take it because that gun's been cheapened up. It won't eject. You know, it was supposed to be like the Remington 1187s. They had a special run of those just for Walmart. It had a WM prefix. I won't take them. They won't eject low brass like the regular Remington 1187 will. It won't cycle them. And they do the same thing with a lot of their stuff that they get from electronics, things like that. It won't have quite as much, but it'll sell just like the one that does, but they don't tell you that.
Right. It'll sell similar to the one that does because it's cheaper, and they're not going to tell you because you're not going to figure it out at all, or by the time you do, there's no recourse.
That's right. And Bill, Ohio Wild Counter, he knows they do everything from guns to pickles. You're right, buddy. And you're just not getting quite the same. And then when you walk in to exchange it, if it's bad or something, they won't take it.
Exactly. I mean,
you know,
that's the
have to be careful.
that's the
and you have to be careful with certain big box detector stores too. There are certain ones out there that you kind of watch what all you're getting. You know, oh, we're going to include a scoop, and then you get this plastic piece of junk, and it's nothing.
Right, exactly. I've always kind of stayed away from a lot of.
And I'm not blaming any specific one, but there are those out there that do that. They put it up to a big package, and they break everything down into the box of the detector. You're getting this free. Oh, no, you're paying for it. It's just
right.
They take a picture of everything laid out across the table, and that's the same stuff that I'm selling. It's all in marketing.
Yep, and some people look and go, oh, but look at everything I get if I go here.
That's right. And it's some of it's sharp marketing, and then there's no backing you up. I mean, you buy from the big box boys, oh, you have to go strictly warranty, and they've got people to answer your questions, and don't take our time.
Yep,
and
you're on your own. Exactly, and that's what some people are not keeping in mind is it's not worth saving a few bucks.
Right.
If you find out that you need that service after the sale.
Now, there are reputable big chain lines out there that do everything they can for you that they possibly can, but after a while, you're just taking their time up, and you're not going to get a lot of help after a couple phone calls.
That's a good way to put it. Yes, you're right. You're exactly right.
And I've dealt with a lot of that too. So anyway, I just try to do the very best I can and be honest with everybody. And if there's a problem, call me. If you bought from me, I'm going to back you up. I'll go right to them and say, look, he sent this in, you sent it back, it's not fixed. And especially if they're local and I can see and look at the machine and take the time of the person and say, yes, this is a problem. Well, that's what I sent it in on. Let's call them up. And generally I get the job done for them.
Case in point right there. That's where the value of a reputable dealer lies. Absolutely.
Yep. And I see Mark's giving me grief on there. Call Chuck. Well, I've gotten calls from people that didn't buy from me because they had a warranty problem, but I went ahead and helped them out. A lot of people, and then I get customers back out of it. But there are some that just become a total pain in the backside.
Yeah, that's true. And at that point,
yep.
I mean, as a dealer, your time is worth something. And if people are only going to use it for information, at that point, your time is better utilized on another potential sale.
Right. And for about 18 months, my lab had me doing, they'd call in on the helpline, and if the girls couldn't answer the question, they'd forward to me, and I would take care of the questions, especially on the 3030 and the E-Track line and that kind of stuff. And generally, it wasn't a real problem. It was just operator error and not knowing their machines yet, not understanding that 30 on your threshold is not going to find you deep coins.
Right, yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
a fact. I had more people with threshold or running the sensitivity too low. I had one guy call me one day. He said, I hear nothing on this machine. And I took him through the steps on how to turn the volume up on an E-Track.
Wow. Well, I guess there's something to be said for maybe you should take the time to read your manual as well.
Yeah. But, you know, in some people's defense, or a lot of people's defense, early manuals from Mine Lab were written by the engineer.
Yeah, they were not necessarily that great.
Not easy at all. And you had to pick and work your way through them, and you're bouncing back and forth. And they were tough to work with, some of them.
That is true. And I've seen plenty of operator manuals in my time that have their fair share of typos or missing words or something like that, where you're having to kind of put two and two together to make any sense out of it.
That's right. It's just like, you know, you go into XYZ sporting goods store and you ask for a metal detector. And yes, we've got them. And they sell the low-end Bounty Hunter, you know, the $99 one, or a Technetics low-end, or they sell some. These guys know nothing about a metal detector. Most of them don't know how to run them. They don't work. You know, here you go. There's the box. If you got a problem, we don't do any warranty.
Right. Contact the manufacturer.
Right. Now, when Cabela's was independent of Bass Pro, they would sell mid-range units, the 705s and that kind of stuff, and my lab had me going to Cabela stores to train people, but the people I trained that particular week and took them out and had them run the detectors to answer various basic questions, the turnover in their employee base is huge. And the people that had that knowledge within under a year were gone, and a whole new group's in, and they really know nothing about them.
Exactly. And we see that translate into a lot of different things that we may go into a store and ask for customer assistance about, where you're lucky to find anybody that has any sort of common sense.
That's all over. That just isn't in the stores either, let me tell you.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
I work another job, man, and I'll tell you what, common sense would have saved them a lot of hassle instead of doing what they were doing. So, you know, I'll leave it at that. If it wasn't for lack of common sense, I wouldn't have that second job.
A hard commodity to find anymore. Definitely.
It's kind of like, don't get me on that, man, I'll tell you. But, oh, jeez, you would not believe. Unbelievable. But anyway, you know, and this past weekend, they had a Black Friday event, and a couple of the big boxes got some Vanquishes in, and they're selling them. And I got a couple phone calls about that. Do I have any? No. What do you think of the unit? I said, I'll tell you what, I've got about 35 minutes on one, and it looked like a good stout unit, and Mine Lab with the multi-IQ technology in it and that kind of stuff, it should be a good unit. But I cannot speak wisely to you, and he appreciated my honesty. He was considering buying one, and I said, you know, he said, I just wanted to hear from somebody that's really used it. I said, right now, there's not many out there.
Right. Yeah.
And I said, you know, for the most part, the dealers that have had them in the hand, they got Debbie going around the country showing them off, but that doesn't give you time on a machine to understand it, to work with it. And sometimes it's best to sit back and just wait. I know, what was there, two outlets that got shipments in, and I imagine they sold pretty well. And there was some upset people over that. I heard about that all weekend, too. My phone rang off the hook on some of that. But
oh boy,
it's neither here nor there. There's nothing I can do about it. It was a decision by a company.
Right, exactly. Your hands are kind of tied.
Right. So,
Of course,
we'll see what goes on.
and speaking of machines over the weekend, I did see a post from Deleek mentioning that there were going to be 2 disbursements to the U.S., 2 more. And also, we got to see a go live from you that I shared around. I know you had posted it around, that you've got some simplexes coming in as well. So for people who are interested in the simplex, they may want to get a hold of you.
Before the show, I had an order of 2 go out. Earlier in the day, I had another one, and I'm going to be running lean on them, believe it or not, already. And
that would not
changing
surprise
them over
me.
from shipping here to drop shipping to get them to them. They want them before Christmas, and I said, I think I can take care of you on that. And that's been a good thing, and I've been busy all weekend with the Simplex and other units, and so the little go live, the phone lit up.
Well, at least your phone wasn't necessarily staying busy all weekend with people just chewing your ear about the Vanquish.
That's right. Steve asked me a question. How come the big stores get them first and metal detecting stores get them later? That is a company decision. That is not a decision made by Debbie. That's not a decision made by anybody but somebody in Australia. And they want to get a launch going, because right now this Simplex, with what all's involved in that machine and the good reports that are coming out of it, yes, some people are having problems here and there. It's an electronic device. I expect it, and they'll fix it. And they've already addressed the coil issue that was happening overseas, added the ground balance feature. They did a lot of different things there to bring it to what we expect of it over here in the United States on the Simplex. But the Vanquish launch is going a little slower, I think, than what they expected. So they're up against the wall here. That Simplex is, for the money, quite the machine.
Yeah, I think they're, well, quite frankly, I think they're kind of kicking butt with sales, I would think, because dealers are already finding out, just like we saw with the Equinox, as soon as they come in the door, they're going right back out, and then there's none to be had for a while again. And I think that's what we're going to see with the Simplex.
That's right. You're 100% right. And they pretty much hit a home run with this little machine. I've enjoyed running it. And there's people that are just getting into it and they don't want to spend a huge amount of money, or there's people that just can't afford going out and buying $1,000 machines by the time they get started, but they can afford going into this level, get a quality machine. It's waterproof, got bells and whistles on it, and it works very well. And it's not that hard to operate.
Right, it's very user-friendly, very simple, and who knows? They get out there, they make some finds, they find out that they're liking the hobby, they like what they're finding, and they decide they want to upgrade from there.
Right. Now, I got a question for Hoover. I got to go back to something here. He was giving me grief for a little while ago about wearing khakis. Who are you talking to, Chuck? Well, Chuck sounds hideous. What are you wearing, Chuck? Khakis? I haven't figured that one out yet. I'm working on that.
Right, yeah. Not real sure what they would be talking about there.
That's right. Hey, there's a good chance the way it sounds here, we're going to get some of the bills over to the hunt. It'd be kind of fun to see how many off of this chat had come to that hunt.
I saw that, yeah. And they would enjoy it. I mean, I don't think either of them have been out there to one of the hunts, but it is a good time.
Oh, a good time to drag in some of you guys and get together and shake hands and have a good time and hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
Heck, we might even let Mark Hoover come.
Mike and I were talking about that there at the end of the show Sunday. Because apparently Mike's been fortunate enough to attend a couple of the events out there, and the way it sounds, he's looking forward to making this one too.
Yep, and it's not too terrible far from Mike.
Nice.
Nope. So that'll be a good time. We're all looking forward to getting together and hanging out. And I got my export list from England. And
I
then he
saw
got hold of me
that.
today. He said, yeah, there's one that's not pictured there that he pictured. I found an absolutely gorgeous Roman. The other two were pretty well unrecognizable, but I found a good one. He found it. It was I had it compressed in between two cotton pieces in my export package. And he found that and then straightened a couple things up. And I found that Jeton, and I looked that up, and it's from 1562. And that was a good hunt. I really had good hunt over there. I recommend it to anybody. If you can hook up with Ron and his crew, and there's other ones out there, you can hook up with Ron, and God, they've got thousands of acres to hunt. They'll never be totally hunted out, and a lot of that's deep plowed over there because of the root crops that they put in, from onions to potatoes to carrots to all the different type of stuff. So it's all deep plowing, and it brings more stuff up all the time. So it's a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and that's what I hear from those that have been on any of Ron's hunts, or even those that have been on Connecticut Todd's tours that he does over there.
Yeah.
And there's I'm sure
Minnesota,
there's quite a few other people.
They're all linked up with each other. They pretty much know who's who, and a lot of these hunts now, they're changing their format from 1 week to 10 days.
Nice.
So it'd be 2 10-day hunt and 3 10-day hunts, that kind of stuff. A lot of them are going to a 10-day format. And actually, I quit hunting on the Friday afternoon about 1 o'clock. And you got to go back and you got to do it in waves, get in there, clean your stuff up, pack, get your stuff ready for export, and do all this. So I went in early and got that done. So you kind of lose a few hours there, but if you got a couple extra days, you can, that's going to work out pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have to agree. And from everything that I've heard from people, well worth the money, well worth the cost.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Mark Hoover, you need to do that, buddy. round out yourself. Get outside the country and go over to England one time and see if you can hammer some gold over there, buddy, or get some hammered coins, or it's phenomenal. It is. It's a lot of fun, but be prepared because you're going to be wet a couple days. You're going to get rained on.
Yeah. Mark's big on have adventure, will travel. There you go. Hit England. Jump across the pond.
And I know that Ron is booked solid in the spring already. It looks like I may get on one in the fall myself, but the next 2 hunts that he does are booked.
That's a good point.
To book up for 2022. So, yeah. And
that's a very good point, because like Todd said when he was on the show, I mean, I think his hunts are booked up a year in advance or more. So there's people that want to attend.
I believe at our hunt, Ron will be there. I talked with him the other day. He's working that out. He'll be at the I&I swinging the summer hunt. I'm working on him being there with Gretchen. And
nice.
I got a couple others that are looking like they're going to come. So we'll have a lot of people that you can talk to, learn from, talk about England hunts, see finds. I've got to get one guy out, a couple relic hunters. You may have, we know we'll probably have the nomads there. So it ought to be a good hunt. And Mr. Andy Sabish will be there, and there'll be 2 one-hour sessions in between hunts that he's going to talk about using DES and using MindLab FBSs and taking questions and answers and giving some short classes that's involved, and that all comes with your hunt package.
Nice. For people that have the DES or even the FBS for the MindLabs and stuff.
Equinox, the 3030, or the E-Track. And the E-Track is still popular, but I think the E-Track and the Safari and the Xterra series are just about to the end point. They had a promotion through Mine Lab. Any existing, had a big sale over the weekend on Black Friday. You can only do it 2 days. I have none left in stock, so I didn't push it. But anybody in stock could do really, really good prices on them, and they're trying to reduce inventories. And be prepared for what's coming down the pike, because there's some upgrades in series coming.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to be changing some things out. But great way to, if you've got questions about the Equinox, the CTX, the E-Track, Andy's got some good books out there. No better way to pick his brain and
yes, he does.
And get your questions answered.
Our group is concerned, and here at I&I and things like that, he's the guy that wrote the books on them. He's the one they went to, the companies go to, and for the United States style hunting and that kind of stuff, I'm not downplaying anybody else out there, but that guy, especially Deus and the 3030, he tore them down and let you look inside of them better than the engineers could write you a manual.
Right. He wrote them, he put them together very well, put everything into layman's terms. It's very easy to understand the machine after going through and spending some time with one of Andy's books, especially some of these machines out there that some people think may be a little too complex for them.
That's right. So, anyway, we're going to have a good time with that, and there's going to be some pre-hunt raffles coming out by the club, and we're working on that with them. I'm not going to announce what yet, but we got some raffles that'll be open.
Nice.
And they'll be selling. I believe we talked about it, and they're going to sell tickets online too. So there'll be some good stuff being raffled ahead of time, and we should have a pretty decent hunt. We should.
Nice.
Well,
I'm sure it'll be a decent.
Get the monsoons.
Right. I'm sure it'll be a decent hunt regardless. I mean, even with the monsoon at the last one, there was still a good turnout. And it's always been a good event. So definitely looking forward to it. I'm sure it will go quite nicely.
Right. So anyway, I'll get out of here, Josh, and get somebody else to call in there. And you guys have a great night. And I hope you guys are all over your turkey hangover.
Right. Yeah, I think Jesse's still struggling with his a little bit.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. So, all right.
Thanks
I'll
for the
talk
call,
to you later,
Chuck.
Josh. All
We'll
right,
see
bye-bye.
you. Well, there you go. I mean, you don't get put much better than that. You have got to stick with your local dealer. Definitely have to stick with your local dealer. Or a reputable dealer. Definitely. Either way, looks like Verizon's having connection problems again. Well, that's just the way it goes. So, either way, now, on to the big box giveaway information. Like I said, I dropped a link in the chat at the beginning of the show. We do have a link in the description, and I did see a few minutes ago somewhere in the chat there, welcome to Chris of B3 Relic Recovery. Check out his YouTube channel. I'm sure he can drop a link in the chat as well, direct link to the channel or whichever one of the videos or update videos about the big box giveaway that he would like to, so people can follow that. What the big box giveaway is, where is it, what is it? It's on YouTube. The link that I put at the beginning of the show in the chat, or the link that is in the description, is to the most recent update that was released earlier this afternoon. Basically, it's kind of a raffle format. It's $5 a ticket, 5 tickets for $20, and you can purchase those by sending that money through PayPal. I'm sure I haven't looked at the PayPal link. So I don't know if it's, one of the PayPal Pay Me links or not. I'm sure if it's just a normal way into PayPal, he would probably most assuredly appreciate friends and family. But whatever the link is that is in the video is how you can get those funds to him to purchase your tickets. $5 a ticket, 5 tickets for $20, and basically the more tickets that go out, the more items that go into the box. Right now there's a number of silver coins. There's I believe like a 1 gram silver bar. There's a silver eagle. For you fans out there that have been watching for West Point quarters like me, there's a West Point quarter in the box. I believe Lowell West Point quarter. And other items are going in as well. Actually, he's probably the next update that he does. He will probably be mentioning more items being added to the box that he's currently waiting on a shipment from Gold Pro. Gold Pro wanted to kick a little something into the package, so to speak. Now, here's the great thing about it. For the amount of items that are going into the box at $5 a ticket, or 5 for $20, this is a pretty good deal. If you're lucky enough to win the package, hey, great, congratulations to you. But the proceeds of the tickets are going to purchase a metal detector that some lucky kid is going to be very happy. So in a sense, you could say it's going for a good cause, you're contributing to a good cause, and you may win a nice box of swag out of it. You may just win a nice box of swag out of it. Quite a few nice coins. And like I said, there's more going in. The video that I shared today is the most recent update. But once you get in there, if you click on that link, you can click on the channel, view his recent uploads, however you want to do it. Look through his videos, and you will see where he started the giveaway a couple of weeks ago. He's been adding to the box. He's been doing updates about it. The videos are well done. He's keeping everybody kind of up to par on what's going on with the box. May not show everything that's going in, because, hey, he's got to keep you guessing about something. I mean, what fun is it if you know everything that's in the box? Either way, if you even purchase just a ticket, it's $5. You're going to see more than $5 come out of that box if you're drawn as the winner. And right now, I spoke to Chris earlier today because he is, we do kind of keep in communication from time to time. This is the first today that I've actually spoken to him over the phone, but he is a localized hunter, you could say. He's right here in Ohio as well. And he's got a great channel. He does a very good job with his videos. He's made some very nice finds and really likes getting out there and getting the kids involved too, so to speak. Sometimes his kids are actually out there hunting with him. And he kind of enjoys the prospecting end of things as well. And the stickers. Boy, does he enjoy the stickers. I mean, you should, I know we've got a lot of YouTubers that tune in from time to time, and sometimes they're in the chat and all of that. There's a number of us creators out there. If you've got stickers, you may want to check out his channel anyway, because he's got He's getting quite a large sticker board, you could say. Either way, that is where the big box giveaway stems from. That is what's going on with the big box giveaway. And that's why the link's in the description and in the chat. Figured, hey, it's a neat idea that he's doing. It's going for a good cause. And we're going to go ahead and help see if we can't give a little push as well. Hey, buy a ticket, don't buy a ticket. The choice is up to you. But you may want to go and check out his videos at least, see some of the stuff that he's finding. Nothing wrong with that, right? No, absolutely not. I know some of us in the chat, especially myself, spend more time on YouTube than what I would like to count or keep track of. I can certainly guarantee that. Either way, at the very least, even if you're not interested in the giveaway or the good cause that it's going for, because like I said, he does mention that in the videos. He does mention what he is up to, what he's trying to do here with the giveaway, and not only that, but show some of the items that somebody's going to wind up walking away with. Nice package. Definitely a nice package. He has put some nice coins in there, and he's adding more. Like I said, the more tickets that go out, the more items that go into the box. The box just gets bigger, you could say. At the very least, though, we have given him a shout-out on the show before, and this is a great time of the year for these good causes anyway. And some of you, if you haven't heard of his channel already, by all means, go check him out. B3 Relic Recovery. So letter B, the number 3, Relic Recovery. And, drop him a comment on a video. Say, hey, I heard about it on Beyond Sight and Sound, or Josh mentioned your channel, anything like that. Sometimes it's nice to know where the activity stems from. Either way, good cause, and hopefully continued success and everything works out well for him. I would think that it should, though. Definitely. And, oh my. And I see apparently B3 is still in the chat. So, apparently he's around. Go and check out those videos. Leave him a comment. And maybe, just maybe, you may decide to purchase yourself a ticket or 5 tickets. Buy as many as you want. The way it sounds, like I said, the more you buy, the better it's going to get. Not to mention that, but the more chances you've got of winning. That's always a nice plus, right? Other than that, we hope that everyone did have a very good Thanksgiving. If you have not joined the Great Metal Detecting Christmas Giveaway group yet, you should definitely check out that group. The link is in the description. We're looking at, I believe, somewhere between 40 to 80 kids that we're going to make very, very happy this year. Mike made a good point Sunday towards the end of the show with the detector that he's donating. He's also donating 2 fresh sets of batteries. Because what could be more disappointing for a kid that wins a machine and they don't have batteries to put in it? They got to wait for mom and dad to get to the store to get batteries before they can use it if they're in an area that they can use it right now. So that may be something to keep in mind. It might be a nice gesture to throw a set of batteries in with the detector when you ship it out. if you are donating to the Kids Great Christmas Giveaway. Yes, some of the detectors are rechargeable, so that's not a problem. They can charge it up, but not all of us have that capability. You know, some of these detectors do still run on batteries. So great idea and thought from Mike. It was a great point to bring up Sunday, and it's good to reiterate that. Maybe we'll even make a post about it over in the Great Metal Detecting Christmas Giveaway group. Other than that, like I said, Sunday, we do have, well, stay tuned to the page. You'll see who the guest is Sunday. Looking forward to talking to him. And I want to say the 15th, I believe, is a Sunday. That will be the recap of the Great Christmas Giveaway. And then the Wednesday after that, we're gonna do some talking with Bill. Definitely looking forward to that as well. So, hopefully everyone had a very good Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving, and this is the time of year. There's a lot of celebrating going on. Christmas is just around the corner. Be safe, be careful out there. Just tonight, Tam launched her annual Christmas auction that she does with her baked goods, Christmas ornaments, things of that nature. For the large paracord project that I was tangled up in there for a few days that I had posted up the other day, that is actually up for auction currently in her first round. So if somebody's looking into something like that, grab it, because I don't know how soon I'll be doing another one. I'll probably be doing another one sooner than I plan, sooner than I anticipate, and sooner than I think, but that's okay. After all, it is kind of fun to torment the cat with it, too. I do believe that the cat may need psychological counseling after the last trip, but it's still good. Until the next time, if you can get out there and find something, get out there and make that find, post up those photos. You know how we love to see them, and here in a couple of weeks, it'll be that time of the year where I'll be sharing one of my personal favorite Christmas stories, you could say. Those that have followed the show, followed the group, followed me for some time, you probably know what I'm speaking of, but it really is a good story, good feel-good story, and a great time of the year that it had happened and everything, so we do like to share that around. Gives people that warm, fuzzy feeling this time of the year. Everybody loves to see a happy ending, right? Speaking of happy endings, I think we've reached ours. If you enjoyed the show, throw us a like. You can follow us here on Spreaker. You can follow us on Beyond Sight and Sound on Facebook. You can follow us over on the Metal Detecting Beyond Sight and Sound Facebook group, Dirt Pirates, Ohio Relic Hunter, Detecting the Heartland, the I&I group, Metal Detecting Central Illinois, who also just so happens to be running a 12 Days of Christmas contest currently. So if you're not a member of Metal Detecting Central Illinois, you may want to get over there and check that out as well. Also, one last thanks, big thanks to Scotty D in the chat, who sounds like Sunday he has also, I believe, donated a detector to the Great Metal Detecting Christmas Giveaway. So there again, another piece of the puzzle, another small part of the big picture that's going to help make a lot of kids happy once again this year. And we appreciate it more than people realize. We're out of here, folks. Have a wonderful evening.